What can I do?
Watcher, there you are. Good thing I caught you. The Queen has summoned the director to the palace. Something about an explosion. Castol asked that you join him as soon as possible. The Apreta, please.
A long time.
Ask for delay. I need to work.
Seems like what these things.
Hello, my lord.
1,000 pages. What? looking for example. A long time.
That's really late. I need to open it.
Welcome, Charles.
Ack, 1,000 swoles he offered me. I should have charged 10 times that.
Payment for igniting Rawatai's stockpile of black powder. Do we have that correct, Andakio?
Ack, it is so, Highness.
He's not gonna get away with it.
It took me a bit of work. I'm trying.
You arrive in good time, I say. After one confession and before another still to come. Director, you stand between Wodika's justice and Tangaloa's open mouth. Has the time come to amend your statement?
With respect, Your Highness, these charges are absurd. If that man is being paid, it is not from my pocket.
No, my lord.
You expect us to believe that? This reeks of gutless Valian subterfuge.
A long time.
Peace, Hazanui. I invited the Watcher here as a witness, and I dare anyone to find a more credible source. Watcher, please state your name for the Kahanga court.
Welcome, Charles.
Did you witness the explosion at the Brass Citadel?
He's coming, he's coming. Thank you, sir. No. Me neither. He's not gonna get away with it.
It took me a bit of work. I'm trying.
I've never heard of anything like that before. Disaster. Seems like what these things like.
Hello, my lord.
It's not clear.
3,000 pages.
What are we?
What are you looking for exactly?
A long time.
No, that's really late. I need to open it.
Watcher, I do not think... I see.
So there you have it. A misunderstanding in the heat of the moment. I take no offense. The loss of the powder house was a great shock.
He's coming, he's coming.
What is going on? Someone murdered my people and left a crater in our stronghold, and I am not leaving until we get justice.
Me neither.
Guards, see to it that the director gets home in one piece. Now clear the room.
It took me a bit of work. I'm trying.
Thank the gods. Let us return to headquarters, shall we?
You cannot know what you have done.
Seems like with these data sliders.
Hello, my lord.
It's not clear.
3,000 pages.
What?
For example.
A long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for a delay. I need to open it.
Akira, but has anyone extended the same courtesy to me? Go and see what becomes of your true alliances. You will find no friends in the Kahanga.
He's coming, he's coming. Thank you, sir. Me neither.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Seems like we can see.
Lúmalo.
Seems like we can see.
Helia, have mercy. My heart is still racing. For an instant, it all hung in the balance. And you came through beautifully. I never doubted you. You have been my truest ally in all of this. Would that I had 10 of you. A perfectly executed plan. And for your part in it, your just reward. Ak, so much is already in motion. We will have little time. Even with the Royal Deadfire Company out of the way, I cannot imagine that our pursuit of Ukaizo will go unchallenged. We do have an advantage, something no one else has discovered. A way through the storms. The Animancers have a device for your ship, something much like their equipment at the Spire. The fleet will meet you at the edge of Andra's Mortar and defend you from any threat that may arise. Once you are in position, the Animancers will transport your ship through the Between and to Ukaizo itself. the culmination of all your work. Galade. Then I will send word to the fleet. They will be waiting at Andra's mortar. We have a single chance at this, Watcher. If you have any matters to resolve here in the city, I suggest you do so quickly.
Seems like a a long time.
And that's for delaying it over.
Yes?
Yeah?
Yes?
Yeah?
Right here.
shows up in the news.
I'd be glad to. Watcher of Cadnua, if I might have a moment of your time. You've passed into the realm of death and returned since we last spoke. Or so I've heard. I seek a truant member of the Circle of Archmagi, Maura. She sent rather cryptic word that she'd found something of cataclysmic potential in the Black Isles, something that could aid you in the fight against Aothas. You've aided the Circle of Archmagi once before. We've found ourselves wondering if you might do so again. Don't take your time deciding. Maura's drive is frightening, foolhardy, and her love of the Deadfire, uncompromising. If she's found some method of stopping Aothas, we must make sure she doesn't destroy Aora in an attempt to save her archipelago. I will await you in the Black Isles, a volcanic chain in the southeastern sea, due south of Tikawara. Don't tarry over long, Watcher.
You find yourself in cold, suffocating darkness. There is a familiar weight in your hand. A lantern. It sputters to life, and the world shifts into focus. A staircase spirals endlessly below you. With nowhere else to go, you start down. A wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind. Divine voices boom and screech. Their words shake the platform beneath you, shake the very air around you. The gods are fighting.
Lay your blame elsewhere, Wodica. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Mogren looms large before you, an accusing finger leveled at the melted visage of Wodica. Wodica screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from her tongue.
Ah, if it isn't Bareth's intrepid little minion.
The pallid knight looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue-still features.
I am afraid we are not at our best.
The Watcher's returned. Perhaps we should hear what he has to say.
Helia's birds chatter anxiously among themselves. Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own. We try, but agreement eludes us.
Andra's storm-dark eyes swivel to meet yours.
Is there nothing we can do?
Mogren glances at the pallid knight from the corner of her eye. After a thoughtful pause, she speaks.
The time has come for us to seize the power we have long left untouched, and absorb our scattered children.
Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
I did, and I was scolded like a child for my terrible audacity.
A curl of steam rises from her nose. The pallid knight looks on, impassive.
Should we be killed in our god forms, we can possess you, our godlike children. Or should we face a force too powerful to stand against, we can absorb your souls, granting us additional strength. Yes, your life and thousands of others would be forfeit to serve the greater good.
The pallid knight speaks with the chilly temperance possessed only by the god of death.
You are our children. You belong to us. It is your birthright and your destiny. But the time for that plan has long passed us by.
Are we to keep nothing for ourselves? Not a single secret retained? Not a solitary mystery?
Mogren elbows one of Wal's floating eyes away.
Aethys will lay bare our every secret soon enough. What is one or two revealed now? But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Ukaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Mogren smiles.
You might change your mind when you stand before it.
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand aside, not even for Bareth's herald.
Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with her birds, breaks in.
It yet lives.
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
A pair of Helia's finches come to join Wal's floating eye. They hover just out of Mogren's reach and swoop in to poke her when she's not looking.
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Aethys.
The birds at last linger too long, and Mogren slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of essence, then reform, and fly in a screeching chorus back to Helia.
Ah, there is that heady mix of kith ferocity and hubris Mogren so admires.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth. It is not one of Gallowayne's mindless beasts. It has a heart and a mind, and it will throw neither away to oppose Aethys. And Aethys will not fight the creature. It would prove little more than a distraction for him, especially as my tsunami and Mogren's volcano couldn't stop him. It is its own creature, Watcher. It does not listen to us.
There is another topic we have yet to address.
The Pallid Knight holds up one gauntleted hand, and the other gods fall silent.
Tell me, Watcher, where do you stand? What do you think of Aethys' scheme to destroy the wheel?
Perhaps you misunderstand. This is not a test you will overcome on your own. Aethys intends to change the fundamental structure of life and death. Does that not frighten you? You, Kith, who are most vulnerable?
Aethys loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champion. He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try. He found our blind spot and exploited it admirably. By the time we even had a hint of what it was he intended, it was already too late to stop him.
If we still had our bodies, we could oppose him.
Wodica balls her bony hands into fists and glares long at Andra.
Do not lay your blame on me. We set them aside after I killed Abaddon, it is true, but you did not fight the decision then.
She turns her back on Wodica then, and looks instead to the Pallid Knight.
What if Aethys is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
Wal's many eyes bounce and blink in quiet delight.
That would be quite amusing indeed.
And what if they fail? Then they die. And so do we. We have to help them.
Helia's voice rises, near to panic. Wodica drives her fist into her hand.
Help them? We should finally bring them to heel.
The Pallid Knight raises a hand and stares at Wodica until she falls silent.
Watcher, Aethys yet values your counsel.
The Pallid Knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Aethys may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo. The future of Kith and the gods rests on your shoulders, Watcher, so I hope that you do.
The Pallid Knight's stern countenance softens.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The Pallid Knight spreads her hands before her.
Go, Watcher. Do what you must.
The edges of your vision begin to dim. Like a sun setting, twilight encroaches on your mind.
You will not fail.
The Pallid Knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then, the crack of thunder rends the air, and you feel the floor drop out beneath you. You come to flat on your back, staring at an all too familiar ceiling. Alone once again. You find yourself a wave of blistering heat.
Lay your blame.
Wodica screws her mouth into a sneer.
You
The pallid
The Watchers.
Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We try. Is there not?
Magrin
The time.
Andra nods. Her lure.
I did.
Should we be killed in our... Yes, you are our children, but the time for...
Magrin
But we get ahead of ourselves.
Magrins.
The Guardian.
Helia.
Of course. And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Aethys.
The birds at last linger too long, and Magrin slaps them away.
there is that.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand as... It is not one... And Aethys will not fight the creature. It is its own...
There is another time. What do you think of Aethys' scheme to destroy the wheel?
Perhaps you miss... Does that not frighten you? You, Kith, who are most vulnerable.
Aethys loves them. He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. He found our
If we still have...
Do not lay your... What if Aethys is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
Wal's many
And what if they fail? Then they die. We have to help.
Wodica drive the pallid night.
Watcher.
The pallid knight's eyes bore into yours.
At the future of Kith, time moves. Go, Watcher. Do what you must. You will not fail.
The pallid night you come to.
Once.
A moment of your time, Watcher, if you will. Some of the hands discovered an unusual crate in the ship's hold. Unfortunately, the ship lacks the defensive fortifications of Cadnua. A crate could have been slipped aboard at any of our ports of call, assuming it wasn't placed among our goods as we took on supplies. The hand left the crate in the hold, if you wish to examine it.
Indeed.
You can see me? It's really you then, the captain of the Defiance. Me, Muatu, formerly of the island of Kazuwari, presently of the Beyond. Oh, this is fantastic! how satisfying it is to know one did not give one's life in vain. I come from the island of Kazuwari, and we need your aid. Kazuwari is an island where the most skillful hunters, the most hardened explorers, the deadliest warriors all gather to earn Tuamawai's favor. But Humaire, the island's caretaker, says the essence that sustains the island has sickened. Curdled, she called it. The animals, the trees, they all churn with anger and fear. We need a watcher. No one else can talk to souls, Humaire said, and souls are our problem. You're a watcher, right? The watcher, the one who died and lived again, who speaks to the gods. That's the watcher we need. I knew it! I knew Humaire wouldn't have lied. You will help, won't you? Oh, that's fantastic! Thank you! Speak to Humaire at Kazuwari, Watcher. She'll be able... Kazuwari's a huge island west of Hasango. It's pretty hard to miss, what with the high cliffs and waterfalls. There's one thing you should know. The faces of the hunt jealously control who enters and leaves the island. But there's a waterfall on the southern side of the island that will allow you to sneak in, so long as you're circumspect. I guess you should also know. The island's residents might not take too kindly to your presence if you're found. They're, prickly bunch. But I'm sure that won't be a problem for you.
No, you know, I just... Thing is, I might know something about that box there. A little more than something. All I'm saying is, maybe you don't want to touch it. Maybe we tie a big rock to it and throw it overboard. Right now. It's a box with a dead man's head in it. Great. That's great.
Hey, hello? I'm still here. Are you going to help us? We could really use the help. Once we've arrived, I can help you find your way into the heart of the island. You know, if you want me to. I wouldn't want to presume. In the meantime, I'll be here. Well, behind you, really, with the rest of the spirits following you around.